Castle, your sorcerer supreme, and this is Fearless live from the garden. So just want to say what's up to everyone first, give you a little update on what's happening. So we're about 940 hours in at 11 days, which is kind of rough, but I want to thank everyone who's been helping me try to work towards this goal of 4,000 watch hours for the month. It shouldn't be hard for a channel like mine, but unfortunately they only gave me 30 days and I couldn't start till 2 days after. I mean, I'll still post if the channel goes down, or I'll go from my other channel. I don't even know. I don't know what I'm going to do, but that's not important. What's important is that I just do it. And doing it is the experience. It's the journey, not the destination. I got food in my mouth, sorry. I just had an incredible meal. So here in New York right now, because I guess there's fire somewhere, maybe Canada, the sky is literally blotted out, and you can see the sun is just bright red, and it's behind like a layer, many layers. It's very difficult to breathe for too long outside. It kind of sucks, but it's all, I guess, topical. Shout outs Fearless family for what I'm going to talk about real quick. I'm not going to stay on too long and keep people, but thank you, Fearless family. You're the best. My job was just to ignite the fire inside of you, and then lean into my positions. All right, I'm a man of many hats as well. I know some of you are of many hats as well. Shamanism, ayahuasca, Neo Shamanism, that's always me. But I'm also a music guy, and I love doing music. Love it more than everything. Not more than everything, but pretty high up on the list. But how are you guys doing out there? You got smoke up there, Matt? Shout outs to Matt and Greg and G-Hog. Yo, what's up, guys? Yes, we do have this, and we are awesome. And this is the point. Get that fire lit, and you just ignite into the next part of your ascension protocols, whatever that might be. But the fire must have been lit. You must know that there's others like you out there. There's a whole bunch of us, and we're doing it, and we're getting it done, and that's beautiful. So shout outs to all you for doing the hard work. Shout out all my elementals out there. I'm a fire elemental, so for my fire elementals and my other elementals, put your signs up in the chat. Show us, light that fire, put some water, put some air, put some earth, put some ether. Let's see it, be proud of it. So this week on Fearless Conversations, I have Don Rogers live on Thursday night at 8 o'clock New York City time, EST. It's like 6 o'clock where he's at, all the way up in Canada. But tune into that. Me and Don always have a good time. Me and Don we work together on the ships, so I've been up there training, doing what we have to do to bring those lessons down here, and we can implement them. You know, it's really good. Excuse me. It's really good to hear other people and not just be one-sided with me, maybe, but you get to meet all the others like us out there and how we're connected and how we vibe up, right? And then eventually one day we'll all make it to one another and we'll get to meet each other, and hugs and handshakes and high fives. It'll be fantastic. And shout out to Matt, the Interdimensional Traveler. I love that guy. Go watch Fearless Conversations, the last one I put up. It's amazing. We got so deep in that show that we had to stop because we were like, if we go any deeper and go any more time, then it's going to take us into another thing. So that's pretty dope. Also, I put up a really a cool fan art video for Sons of the Sun's music, Singularity, the single. I keep going back to the Singularity single and the Singularity conversations because it's what's relevant, what's important, and honestly, I don't sell a book. Me and KG is Sons of the Sun's music, right? So if you like the music, we ask you just go download the music. There's ways to support us that cost $1 if you were going to support in our direction, or a button click rather than buy the book to find out the information, which isn't a bad thing. It's just maybe when you do that, it's more important, but I video journal, so it's not how I do. Yeah. So if you go out, a little support, like, subscribe, share Sons of the Sun's music. Singularity, the new single's up. We have a single coming out soon, and then I have like 3 tracks that I have to get out before like winter is here, that are just from when I was just doing Frank Castle music. And I've incorporated it, and Kevin knows all about it. Me and him are dropping tracks. It's all Sons of the Sun's music, but I'm saying, like, so there's going to be a lot more incoming. All right, so some weird stuff happened in my garden today because this weather, there's been not a lot of, it's been like high humidity and low air movement. All right, so I came out to the garden today and I was looking up into one of the buds on one of the highest plants, and I noticed this black spot, and I immediately freaked out. And I started pulling all the plants off the table. All right, so it turned out that they're not drinking as much right now because it's just not what it is. They needed a moment. It had rained a few times, like suddenly after, I had to do the watering at night, and then, midnight it'll rain, and then the next day it's just humid. The air's not going nowhere. So I started noticing little points of bud rot on my autos that are almost ready to go. They're like 2 weeks to a month, less than a month from being done. And I'm like, bud rot on these giant buds will ruin the entire plant. When you can't get the moisture out, or you don't have the proper balance, and the weather's the way it's been, it starts to eat away at itself. It starts rotting away from the inside out, or from all different directions, I guess. So I pulled all the plants, and me and Paul and I started inspecting everything and pulling it apart, and just pulling out the chunks that it was just starting, apparently, so it wasn't really bad, but it was noticeable, just noticeable. I mean, you got to be pretty on top of it to notice it at this level, but bud rot spreads very quickly, and usually you have to throw your plant out. So if you can't cut it out immediately, you're in for a wild ride, right? So there's a few things you need to do. You need to cut out anything that's going to continue rotting. You got to space it out, and you got to get air on these girls. So a little tiny piece can ruin entire plant. Let's go over and take a look at them. I got in trouble last time when I guess I was showing the plants, and token the AI took my monetization away for the video, but I don't give a shit. So this one was okay. Now there's a point to this conversation, all right, because it's really drab out here. It's kind of like you could see it's so. This is where the bud rot started on this plant. So I went up to it and I clipped the top off, test and see where it was, what's in there. Is that last year we had caterpillars, like little ones, and they were in everything, and we lost 2 plants, but it didn't start till August. Now we're in August, so now we're back again to the nonsense. Okay, now here's my point. So it's a daily grind, right? It's a lot of work. It's a lot of practice and failing in practice. to learn, to get the experience, to know what the hell is going on. So you could lose entire crops to this stuff if you're not paying attention. So I have the fans out here going, and I'm blowing the fans. They got to dry out. Everything's got to dry out. It's way too wet. And so it's like shepherding. I look at this as like shepherding myself. If I had a little black spot on me, right? And you were like, dude, there's this little black spot on you. Say it was like right here. And you were like, dude, if you don't get that looked at or fixed, it's going to grow. You might have to have that cut off. It's things like gangrene and cancer and all different kinds of stuff. Screwy moles and all kinds of weird stuff that you can get that, if not taken care of, can ruin the whole thing. Right? So you can start to rot from just this one little tiny dot. It could ruin the whole thing, like everything. One thing could get to the other thing, could get to the other thing, and before you know it, it's everywhere, right? But for a while, you're like, I could deal with that. It's no big deal. It's not really a big deal. It's not going to do anything to me. It's not going to ruin my life in any way at the moment. However, nipping it in the bud, you save the plant. You give the plant what it needs to survive through the experience that it's having, just like yourself. So let's say you're rotting, your mind is rotting, or you literally have something on you that you haven't had checked that's rotting, it smells funny, whatever. Things are occurring. Maybe it's on the inside of you. Maybe you notice when, maybe the rot is just on the inside and you're feeling it in other ways, like when you go to the bathroom or something and you're like, bro, it's rotten, it's dying, everything's rot. So we're loaded with stuff, parasites and everything else that the 3D environment has to offer us, right? So it's like, what do we do, right? Well, I'll tell you what, you don't wait, right? You immediately handle your business and you start taking care of things, or else you're just packing away a trauma just waiting to occur later on down the line. They say if you don't make time for it now, it makes time for you. You make time for it later, or it will make you make time for it later. Well, we don't have time for this. We're headed into the new world. We're creating this place. And this place is the meat machine. It grinds you. It literally eats you in what's known as time. And we're putting the brakes onto it. So things are going to show up inside of us, on us, around us. And you know what? Sometimes you just need to cut away the bad so you can continue to grow good. And that's pretty much my point. How that one little thing could just ruin the whole mess that you put in all this time and effort, right? In plant world and in life, this would be like one cycle of their life is like a lifetime for us. So now I've been growing them since March, some of them, or April, and they've become like my children, right? Like they're my, so I'm looking out for them, right? If there was a poisonous snake around my child, that snake would be dead. It would be gone very quickly. So the good can continue. It's just the way it is. It's what you have to do. So don't forget parasite cleanses, taking care of yourself, getting checked up. If you need the checkup, get it done, right? Stand firm. I'm not getting any shots or anything like that, but you need to see this thing on my arm. You need to get it off me right now, right? Don't hide it. Don't wait, right? It starts as a dot on your head and then grows roots underneath. So when they hit the spot and then it starts appearing in different places, you're like, why? It was only a little thing. It's like, yeah, it grew roots. From the outside, it looks one way, and on the inside, it's a complete ecosystem of its own. So what are you feeding? Are you feeding the rot? Right? Or are you taking care of yourself and removing it from the scenario so you can heal? Bugs back here have been relentless. No matter what we do, it's like you can't get rid of these little mosquitoes. I'm in pants and they're just biting my feet. I'm going to go in the house in a minute and I'll take you inside, but these are things we have to contend with, and we can't wait, right? You see the lump on your dog, that's small, get it fixed. Don't wait, because it's growing on the inside. You see it on your cat, on one of your loved ones, you see something that doesn't look right, say something, point it out, get that fixed. You should have that looked at. Remove that immediately. Goes for people, places, things, environments, everything. Right, we talked about crowds and how I can't be in a crowd right now. I just can't do it. I can't do it. Why? Because I can't protect myself in a crowd the way I could protect myself just hanging out, right? Because one bad spot in that crowd can destroy the whole thing, the whole scenario. You be out there doing something good, maybe protesting or marching, or maybe it's just a parade or something and it's all groovy. It's a concert, it's a whatever. And then one person sets it off and makes it bad for everyone. Don't think the villains don't know this. Those that are evil would do that. So it's a peaceful event. And then someone started throwing bricks in the crowd and Antifa showed up. Those are the bad guys. It's not just the group, this one or that one. They're all part of the whole evil. They know what you're doing. They know how to get involved and get you riled up. We can't get riled up right now. We got to move in a position. This is a time to observe and make moves and create. You got to build the new earth. You got to build. Whether it's in you or physically out in front of you, you have to do it. All right? You want to be stopped by a cancer, right? Or by something that you could have handled a long time ago but decided not to. You know, there's a lot of other ways to cure things. You could freeze things off. You could get the electrocution thing that they use in the, where they do in the nail salons. I've seen the ladies. So if you had like a little growth on you, they hit it with this electric thing and then it falls off and it kills everything underneath. You could have it frozen off. You could have it cut out. You know, you can fast, clean your body out with fresh water, right? And then start implementing all the things that your body needs. You could go on ivermectin for a fucking couple of weeks. You do like a week, take a week off, do another couple of days, take a couple of days off, and then wait a week, and then do another 3 days, so you're getting everything out of your system. It's a full moon coming on the 9th, I believe, and there was no solar eclipse. That was all bullshit, by the way. I found that out, and I never made a mention of it. I'm sorry about that. But we got a new, full moon coming, and during the full moon, it's like a purging process. Everything's resetting or uplifting and being pulled out of you. I always say, like, Kali comes and I say, take this from me. I don't want it anymore. These thoughts, these feelings, of this, of that, blah, blah, blah. Please take it from me. I ground myself. I get a release from it, and then I can fill with more light, right? So things are, things become better, right? It's like a purge. So during that time is a great time to fast and do any parasite cleanses or anything that you want to decide to do for yourself. It's a great time to it's never been a better time than right now, is what I should be saying, right? So you have to stay on point. It has to be important. You have to want to be part of it, and you have to check in on it, up and down, right? Like, I find it annoying when my mother's like, hey, you okay? Hey, you okay? I'm like, I'm 50 years old. Of course I'm okay. But then one day I'm not okay, and she's not there. I'm like, I'm not okay. Help me. Right? So you got to see what it is, right? Right? Move into position. Clean yourself inside and then outside. Take the necessary steps. If you're overweight, go for a walk. Go for a swim, walk in the water, right? Move on a treadmill, do something, just something. You don't have to do the world, but you got to do something. You got to care. It's got to be important enough, because if it's not important enough, then what the hell are you even doing here, right? What are we all doing if it's not important enough? If you're not important enough and I'm not important enough, what are we doing, right? So just keep that in mind as we go through this. If you don't remove the rot's just going to grow, right? That's pretty much what I got for you today. If you sit and your mind and you're thinking terrible thoughts all the time, or your mind's always in the gutter, say you're always watching porn, or there's just always something going on, clean and clear yourself of that stuff, and you're gonna feel different. Don't wait till the end. It always is harder at the end, when you have to do all the homework in one night, when you got to study for the final, and it's everything from the entire package all has to be done now, and it's Sunday and going into Monday, and I got to take the test tomorrow. Like, don't do that to yourself. It's not worth it. You're worth it, and you're worthy enough to not go through that shit. Right? Now, we all got something, and we all go through stuff, so we have to be on it. Just like I'm on all of these plants out here. I'm gonna flip and just say goodbye to them. I'm up on a porch. This bad boy's right next to me. It's like 7 feet tall now, and these girls are about 6.5. I'm gonna have to take that covering off soon, but I have the net right over them. If you want it to be lush and green and beautiful and everything you want it to be, then you have to make it that way. If you want Earth, that new Earth, start making it. Make it that way. Make it in the image of that which is the creator of you. So it has its original portion of the content, so we could all enjoy. And if we're not there to enjoy with you, you're grounding in the highest, the light, the timeline, and everything, and you're bringing it. If you're in an area where you're secluded, you're never alone. And you can build it. And you know what happens after you build it? They come. That's what I'm learning. I built this out here, and the fairies come, all the other characters that have part in this. I know I'm the living portal, but we all, hey, no fighting. There's plenty. You know, this is that moment when you either take care of the garden or your garden starts burning and melting and disappearing. If you don't put a cover over your plants, they burn. If you don't give them water, they get thirsty and they die. They shrivel up, right? You don't remove some of the pests, they kill them. This is the same thing with us. It's the same exact thing. You got to care enough to pick out the bad stuff and go, no, I'm healing that trauma. I'm getting rid of it. Bye. Bye. So, I just want to tell you that I love you, and you're worth it. Make sure you're worth it. Make sure you wake up and you feel that shit in your heart. All right, I love you. Stay fearless, everyone. Remember, the universe rewards bravery. We got some new music. Don't forget, Thursday night, Dawn. I'll do a little more talking and stuff. I got some more guests coming up. Just not releasing them all at once because I want the surprise to be legit. All right, love you guys. Peace.